Testing. Hope you guys can hear me out there. Yeah. Yo, what's going on? What's going on, people? What's going on? I thought I'd break down a quick little mix that I've been working on. This quick beat that I have, nothing crazy, nothing intricate, just a tool bus joint that I got coming from the MP as usual, and just mixing it down. Just tell you how my process is and how everything came out the way it did. So this is the dynamic of the beat right here. Let's play this real quick. So far, not bad. Ain't not much change as far as the workflow, but I got to a certain point when I started making this beat. I've been questioning, based on the mix, should I keep it the tool bus or should I keep it multied out, assignable out? The reason why that question came about is because you can get some real dynamics with the tool bus or just stereo out left and right, or you can get some real control, which is not normally the most preferred option, with some control on some individual tracks. But I'll tell you the pros and cons, I guess, doing what I do in the MPC. I'm pretty sure a lot of you can relate. There's always the myth or the debunk question that comes up. Does the sound hit harder when it comes out of the left and right channel? As I play this beat, I'm gonna explain the mix to you guys and everything. So, like with this left and right channel, I have it going into a DI box, and I was looking up on a couple of forums. Was that like with the DI box, you can get some coloration because of a transformer it has in there, and not that even that mattered, but like the conversation started because when I run into the Apollo, there's a line level impedance and there's a mic level impedance. And I know this emulates most of the plugins that you can put in, like the 1073, the Avalon, the SSL. You can get some real impedances with the mic input. Okay, bet. So I started running into that, but like you run the risk of accidentally applying 48 volts. And if you know about anything about 48 volts, you can damage the outputs of any of your gear, keyboards, anything, drum machines. And you really want to do as best as you can to avoid that. So that's where the DI box comes in, because it intercepts the signal being passed to the Apollo or any interface for that matter. What the DI box does is that it has a transformer and is electromagnetic the way how it connects. So there's no connection of your signal touching another. It's literally and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's there's a ratio 3-to-1, how many turns on one side versus the opposite, and that's what electromagnetically brings your sound. The color comes from the ratio, and from there it's able to bypass any voltage coming from here. If you accidentally throw this, that transformer will eat that like nothing, and your gear's on the other side and it's protected. So it has two benefits. It colors your sound and it protects your gear from accidental damage. That was the place I was at just for the tool bus, and I thought it was how you say snake oil, because I'm like, all right, bet I could play with this and I can audition for you guys in here to see the difference. So this is line input. I'll crank it up a little bit. Mic input. Very little subtleties, but like there's color in there, because with the color that happens in the mic input, I don't have to do much in the box afterwards, or let alone anything afterwards. And I like it. I want to say I like it. I've been playing around it for a month, and I think it's really dope because the signal comes in here and I can bypass to the patch bay and get funky with it and then go into the mic input. I could explain in another video how that's connected. It's very simple, and it's passive, so there's no power needed. It just does everything inside that little box and it just connects it. From there, again, remember, this is how it sounds on a tool bus. So I'm sitting here like, yo, should I leave it as this or should I split it? And you can hear for yourself. Now, obviously, most would agree that you can just assignable out it. You have more control, and that's cool. I found the best method is you could do a four assignable outs. You can route your sample bus, channel 1 and 2, and you can route your drum bus, channel 3 and 4. And then you have 4 faders to play with, and you can adjust as you go. And I think it's the best of both worlds too. I might do that depending how I feel about this mix, but I'm really loving the 2 best. 'Cause I just get in and get out. Like, I just love it. Obviously, if the session calls for, like, you know, mixing and mastering, and an artist needs it or something, then I'll dive deep and obviously take that. But I don't think, you know, as a producer, we should like get overwhelmed with what we should do. If the shit sound good, it sound good. But if you must know what in the situation, what I would do if I wanted to assignable out these tracks. Right now there's a 2 bus coming out the patch bay from stereo left and right. What I would do, I would just tell it, you know, hey, I want to do left 1 and 2. So I'll patch this and the output of 1 and 2 of the MPC, and then everything after here is all the mixer. So in theory, 1 and 2 will go here, drums 3 and 4 will go here, and they'll go into here. Once that happens, I'm literally in control from here, and I'm bypassing the UAD, but I'll bring it back in at a later part. When I sum it up in here, it hits the compressor, 2 compressors, and then it comes back in, I think, from here. But so far it's straightforward. So I think from here, it's still in a 2 bus situation. And I'm gonna mix it down for you in a little bit. I'm gonna give you a rough mix, and this pretty much is a rough mix because after that we hit tape. After we hit tape, I literally just put a rough compression right here, a SSL. I also have a real nice compressor up here that I'm getting about like 6 gains of dB reduction. I don't know if you guys can see my screen as clear as it is. If not, but I have an API auditioned. It's turned off, by the way. I just have them in the selection of, you know, depending on what I want or what I'm feeling as far as compression when I hit this master channel. But I wasn't feeling the API. I think it was too harsh. I bypassed that, and I bypassed the Fairchild, and then I went to a Pultec. Give it some, depth in that manner. So now from here is when my rough mix sits here, I debate whether I want to go 2 channel or 4 channel. From here, now we hit FL. So let me go over to that side. So now if you can hear me now, I'm coming in here from this channel, which is not bad. Let me fix this a little bit. Should be sounding clear. So now the volume got a little lower now because now I'm working with levels. I have it going into tape here. Also sounds good. This is without the tape I'm running into. And here. So now, after I do that, I'll use my spectral analyzer. Span is a free plugin, just to see what the levels are looking like, and get an idea of what I can't hear. I want to see like what I could touch and mix on. We have a lot of stuff going on over here. I think a little bit of too much low end and a little dip in around the 700 to 2K. So I can adjust that with a plugin, or I could adjust that on the fly. So I'm gonna try to give that back for some 700. So let's do that real quick. Now, when I do this and I play it back in and audition it, if it gets too tight in that range, I'll pull back some. But I think it does justice. It still has a little space for the vocals to sit. If anybody was to put the vocals on there, it's not doing too much on the beat. Very subtle mix, and that was the goal I was going for. So let's start doing that. I got a little of phasing over here, so I'm gonna fix that right now. So once we start applying this, I think everything will pan out. Very subtle mix. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit more. What was that, like 7K? so far that's pretty much the mix, man. Quick mix. You guys got any questions, feel free to shout them out. Let me know if y'all need any help, any assistance. I'm always here to give the game out, you know. Why not? You know, that's what it's about, staying creative as always. As far as this beat go, I think this is a done deal. I'm gonna still put my little 1-2 mixes on there and get them out the way, and then I probably have another beat for y'all. I'm gonna post it later this week if anything. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. Bonafide Beats, y'all can hit me up on the IG, Twitter, Snapchat, not Snapchat, TikTok, whatever. Same name, email. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think.